Welcome back to the Hockey Shop Source for Sports. We're back down in goalie utopia as we are every week with Cam Matwiv playing a little dress up, this time below the waist. This is like trying on a swimsuit as we get into Jocks. This year's the latest, the greatest, how to keep everything that's important to you protected. Cam, we got 6 models here, including a Jill. Let's just walk through it real quick. When I first come into the store and say, Cam Matwiv, I need a can, what are you asking? Is this a try it on thing? Are there different specs, different fits? Does pant integration matter? Walk me through the keys.
You know, it's some things that often get glossed over there. You did touch on, which is actually quite important. You know, a jock just isn't a jock. You know, this is one you want to kind of pay attention to and invest some time in and also some money because it is worth it. Speaking from my own personal experience. So yes, there are some questions, you know, whether or not you do tuck in your chest protector or not, what size pants you're wearing, what level of protection you're looking for. Are you looking for a single cup? Are you looking for a double cup?
A lot of guys in the NHL wear 3 cups. So they will wear what we would call a double cup, which is kind of like 2 cups in the goalie jock, but they will also put a traditional athletic cup, like in a tight jock strap, like you're, you know, as a kid, you're wearing a jock strap. They'll put one of those underneath and actually have 3 layers of protection.
Correct.
Does that matter? Like, do you have to consider whether you're wearing a cup underneath? Does that affect how these will fit?
Yes, it does. And my own personal experience, that's something I do myself. Just even finding it, and even some days, like even that's not enough. Like more is better, in my opinion, on this one. Again, the personal preference does fall into line. Some things can feel a little bit bulkier than others, so you know it is worth it to get a little bit of feel. That said, based off of kind of what you had in the past, you know, again, what your specific needs are and how much your bar playing, that does kind of negate, you know, where you should line up in terms of which one you should pick. That said, I mean, what I have on myself,
We'll start
Brian's Optic, double cup protection. This one will be one of the thicker, bigger ones that we do carry. This, along with the Von Ventus SLR that we have, will be one of the bigger options that we do have. Very protective. Both are double cup. Feature on the Von a little bit higher up in terms of how much it covers at the gut. I'd say especially for someone that doesn't tuck in their chest protector, that needs a little bit more of that overlap protection, it's something they can look into, whereas this Optic one is a bit lower cut in particular, which will help to, you know, have that chest still integrate with the pants without interfering at all.
Both of them double cup.
That's correct.
Extra layers of protection are always a good thing.
That's not our only double cup. We have one more true double cup, the CCM Pro Jock. Something, again, that's a little bit lower profile. Great for that chest integration and not having any double up in terms of that coverage. Again, very protective. A little bit lower profile on the sides too, so it's not expanding out too much. All of these are adjustable. Most of the Velcro is hidden in the front with that waistband that can be tightened or loosened. Senior is one size. However, all the jocks do have, we do have youth, we do have junior, intermediate, and senior sizes. Within that, there's no subcategories to the sizing, so senior is one size fits all. Another example, not quite a double cup, but gets kind of considered as, this Bauer Supreme jock, always been a very great option. Single cup, but that layer that comes in front has their pour-on foam material. It features...
And if there's ever an area you want to have impact-absorbing specialty foams in, this is it.
That's definitely one you want to have, that's for sure. Lots of extra wraparound protection. Great overall fit. They use their good material too, so it tends to stay less smelly.
So let's go with technically why this isn't a double cup. Like, it's got a second layer of protection, and it's a fairly rigid, hard layer.
Yes.
But just because that isn't technically like an actual
that doesn't
plastic...
have a physical jock in it, so it is not a double cup.
Okay, so that brings us to the one that I am wearing, the Warrior. And you may be asking yourself, why is Kevin so small? We've tried our best to stay away from, like, Cam, you talked about bulk. I didn't laugh. I kept a straight face as you were using words like that, and you just couldn't keep it together, eh? Like, just mind like a child. Anyways, we'll let him gather his thoughts while I talk about this Warrior RX2, as you can see, intermediate. The reason it looks a little small on me is because Cam has completely sold out of the senior line. And I got to say, one of the ones that you sold out was me purchasing one. I had a Warrior Cup for years. When eventually the elastic wore out on the waistband, I replaced it with this new Warrior model. Now again, has this extra layer on top of a cup underneath, but isn't technically considered a double cup.
This one flirts the line a little bit more than even the Bauer Supreme there. We'll call it their deflector plate, which really does do as advertised. That impact comes in, that plate shifts a little bit, so it's really helping to kind of deflect that impact away from your sensitive areas. This has been a really great seller for us. The Warrior did really nail this really well with their jock. It's in quite a few NHL Pro rooms.
Yeah, I know the one I used to have, the original model of this. It didn't need to change for years. It stayed the same. Ryan Miller here in Vancouver was a guy that wore that one religiously.
Good example of one and a guy that's very in tune with his gear and knows protection. So there you go, Ryan Miller approved.
Thank God he didn't hit me. Okay, last one. Jills, how many different models do you have? You brought out the Vapor here. How many different options do we got?
I believe we got 3 different options that I carry. I have a CCM one, I have a Vaughn one, and then this Bauer Vapor. Junior and senior sizes. Hey, girls got to get protected too as well with their pelvic protectors. Here's a good goalie example with this Bauer one's been a good staple for us. We always kind of chug through these pretty easily. Not much really else to say about that one.
But just beyond what a player would wear, much like
right. There's much more padding density to this, and the plate itself that is in there is quite a bit thicker than what you would find upstairs.
Upstairs being the players section. All right. Okay. So I just wore a extra small jock on purpose, and we managed to make it almost through the entire segment without you acting like Beavis and Butthead skit. Most of our audience is probably too young to know what Beavis and Butthead is, which is dating us anyways. Let's just call it quits there. We survived. Cam, if they got any more questions about which model is going to fit them, about what, like you said, sizes, junior, senior, true double cup, not a true double cup, where can they get a hold of you other than checking them out at thehockeyshop.com? Where can they get you in person?
604-589-8299.
And if they're calling from international, maybe down on the other side of the border, because a lot of these products will ship.
1-800-567-7790.
Perfect.